Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This is the first time I've ever been asked to review an item for the channel. And today, we're re-looking at The Whispering Scroll by author and YouTuber Julia Quinn. I've actually had this book sitting on my desk for a few days, now trying to figure out where to start because it isn't just a novel. It's not just a YouTuber taking their first steps into novels. It's also not just a romance. No. This is so much more than that, and the more I read, the more excited I became about it. Firstly, the cover is gorgeous. It immediately draws you in with the art style and color choices and sets the tone of what is a very sensual story. This is the first in the Sins of the Father series, and if you haven't yet discovered Julia Quinn on YouTube, then do go and take a look. You can find her over there. She has a channel where she reads her own steamy romance shorts, and they are deliciously fun. And she also has a podcast called Making Love with Julia Quinn, which she hosts with her husband. So this book is clearly written by someone who knows what they're redoing when it comes to romance novels. But here we have a story that starts in 1863, and we meet our hero, Sebastian Penwood, who is a widower. He married young, but his wife died in childbirth, and he has now got a little boy to raise on his own. Sebastian is a publisher and his business partner has gone away for the summer, leaving him in sole charge. His son, Thomas, is going to be staying with his aunt Georgiana and Uncle Frederick, until his father can properly look after him. When Sebastian moves into his new home, he meets his new housekeeper, the wonderfully named Persephone, but we soon learn that she is called Fear. And while getting settled, he also bumps into the mysterious Lady Eleanor Ainsworth, who he seems to have a past with. We then meet our heroine, Catherine Morell, who has recently lost her mother. Her father is a bit of a character, and I liked him straight away, even though he could come across as a bit gruff and uncaring. There's clearly more to him than meets the eye, and he does care for his daughter, even if he doesn't always show it in the right ways. Cathy and her father live hand to mouth, really, as he spends all of his money on inventions that never seem to work out. Catherine needs to marry well in order to secure her future, and her aunt and uncle offer for her to come and stay with them, so that they can help her find a suitable match. And so we come to a pivotal party scene where Catherine first lays eyes on Sebastian. Now, from this point onwards, the chapters alternate between Sebastian and Catherine's points of view, and it was such a good decision to do this. We see how each of them feel about the other, but we also get to see how the other characters in the story feel about them as well. Catherine is initially drawn to Sebastian, but is disappointed that he doesn't seem interested in her. She likes the idea of him, but he doesn't really seem to like her. There's a real back and forth here, and she struggles with how she feels. Sebastian, on the other hand, is battling with his own personal demons. He feels guilty that he hasn't been able to move on since the death of his wife, and feels a deep sense of responsibility towards his young son. The inner conflict here is palpable, and you can really feel the torment that he's going through. He is struggling to cope with his grief and push those feelings away, so that he can live a full life for himself and for his son. Sebastian and Catherine eventually become lovers, and things are going well between them. But Sebastian is still struggling. He has dreams about his late wife, and feels as though he may not be ready for something new. Catherine also finds herself drifting in and out of Sebastian's thoughts, and it seems as though he might be losing interest in her. To make matters worse, his ex, Lady Eleanor, turns up, and she's still in love with him. Things come to a head and Sebastian pushes Catherine away, believing that it is the best thing for her. What follows is probably one of the most unique plot twists I've ever read, and I am definitely going to be sharing more of my thoughts on this story in my review video. Let me know if you'd like to watch that video early. If so, please hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss it. The Whispering Scroll is a very sensual story, There are quite a few sex scenes, but they're tastefully written and they're not overly graphic. That being said, this is definitely an adult novel, and there are some scenes that may be considered spicy or uncomfortable by some readers. We also have themes of grief and loss, mental health, and unrequited love. If you like your stories to be character-driven with lots of internal conflict, then this is a great pick for you. The characters are complex and flawed, and they feel very real. I liked the way that we were made aware of their feelings, through their thoughts, but also through the thoughts of the people around them. This really added depth to the story and made for a much more immersive experience. The story is set in Regency England, which is one of my favorite time periods. We have grand balls, handsome rakes, and witty banter. There is also a great sense of place and atmosphere. The author really transports you to 1863 London. As for the writing itself, I thought it was really good. I could easily see this being a page-turner, especially for fans of Julia's YouTube content. As I mentioned earlier, the sex scenes are sensual rather than graphic. They're almost poetic in the way they're written, and they flow beautifully. The prose is easy to read and understand, and there's no unnecessary use of complicated vocabulary. The author has a great command of language, and she uses it to her advantage. I'm not usually a big reader of romance novels, but I found myself really enjoying this story. It's not just a mindless romance though, there's a lot more to it than that. I think fans of Julia's YouTube content will love this, and I think anyone who enjoys a slow burn romance with a bit of a twist will also enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed my little sneak peek inside the Whispering Scroll. If you would like to watch my full review video, including my thoughts on that plot twist, let me know by hitting the like button. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be back with a brand new video next time. Take care.